guys, what's going on? It's DJ here with my bro Jeremy.
What's good?
In the spirit of bears.
April 25th, 2014, 2014.
And we're bringing you our third Justice Clubhouse podcast. And we only had 2 shows this week to do.
Yeah.
Because everything went on break. And so, we got Supergirl for you and Arrow. So, the episode of Supergirl was called Luthors. You can find the speed show right here. And one sentence.
Once a Luthor, always a Luthor.
Dude, the blood runs thick, but with Lena...
Blood is thicker than water.
Exactly, which makes her a very exceptional case.
Yeah.
Because she's got the mentality, but is it really in her heart or mind? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's there, like, deep down.
Yeah, she's fighting it, definitely.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to have to second your sentence. Actually, no. I will say Valor, Supergirl, and Mr. Mxyzptlk.
The love triangle.
Yes. Before we get into that's just like a whole nother... It was amazing just seeing that part unravel. But
Yes.
let's talk about the interactions between everybody in this episode. Who do we go for first? Let's do the Luthors. How'd you like this version of the Luthors?
It's different.
I didn't think Lionel was going to be bald.
Yeah, that's kind of flipped, yeah.
In every iteration, even in the comic books, Lionel has hair. He has red hair. So it was different to see him bald.
Yeah.
He looked more like Lex, and Lex didn't look like Lex at all. The young Lex Luthor. We saw that...
Is he always bald, like in the comics?
No, he was born with hair.
Lost hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And Lena, we saw her being brought into the family, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't like very similar. I'm such a big fan of Smallville, so that the story is somewhat similar. Except Lena on that show showed up way later down the line. Instead, here she was brought into the family when she was a child, and she
You're
was
talking about Tess Mercer?
Yeah, she's Lena Luthor.
Okay.
That's her real name.
Okay.
They just called her. I don't know why they renamed her that, but so it was really interesting to see this version actually grow up with the Luthors, whereas in Smallville she never really met them. She knew who Lionel was. The story was sort of similar, where Lionel had an extramarital affair, and produced Lutessa, Lena Luthor, and she fit in right with the family. They're all creepy.
Yeah.
I like scenes like that. It's just unsettling. Usually when you see a family together, it's like, oh, like no matter what family, you're like, oh, it's a family together. Like, it's great. But no, it's creepy in their case.
I feel like they all had secrets. Like that scene right there showed or is foreshadowing something that is gonna show later.
Oh yeah,
this season.
Dude, that's for sure. The only thing I'm a little upset with was the fact that Lex wasn't red haired. He was brunette. I think, wasn't he? He had dark.
It was like
brown
a lighter
hair?
brown.
Okay. And anyways, coming to present day, Lena's kind of like trying to fight that side of the Luthors, and she always thought her dad was a good person. But we, as fans of these heroes, we know that Lionel's really no good. On Smallville, he sort of was, but he for the longest time he was a bad guy. Here, he looked like a total creep. He just didn't seem like a good person. And Lillian is just... I've never seen any version of her actually live to do anything, so it's interesting to see her take that for the show, like be the head villain, I guess, for Cadmus.
She always has that like creepy smile.
Yeah,
like even when she's in trouble, she's like, hey.
Yeah, it's like she knows
I'm
that
gonna
she's
get out of this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So, how do you feel about the Cadmus group? Like, how did you like seeing this team of supervillains?
I don't know what to say because I like the fact that they're back.
Yes,
but I mean they're part of Cadmus. I feel like she should have done some upgrades to them. Yeah, like make them look a little cooler. I guess on their return, but.
I think it's just like every other superhero thing, though. Like I've been saying for the villain side of things, there's always a starting point. It's like, you know, like when Barry got his first suit, it was ugly, and he wore that thing for like the first half of season 1 up until they changed it midway. So it's like we'll get the costume changes after. I don't think Corbin's dead. I think Cyborg Superman, like, he looks, I'll agree with you there, though. I mean, he looks terrible.
Oh, Cyborg Superman?
He looks... okay, you know what? No, he looks bad. I'm sorry. It looks corny. It doesn't even look metal. Like, you know, that thing on his head? Yeah. Kind of looks like a Walmart cyborg.
Yeah, and as for Metallo, I think you're kind of right. This might be his change.
Yeah, I think he's gonna look like how he does in the comics, where like it's like half his face is missing and he looks all deranged and whatnot.
I guess
like we haven't seen him, like he still looks fine. Ish. Yeah. And I think maybe she'll rebuild him, or he just didn't die, or you know, he's just gonna be left ugly. But I think this is just the origin of the Cadmus group.
Okay.
I don't know what they call them though.
Oh, there's this. I think they're called like the Superman Killer Squad or something. It's like that version of
for Supergirl.
Yeah,
I like it. But they did fail to do one thing, which was kind of recruit Lena.
Yeah.
Or did they?
Somewhat.
Sort of. Maybe not. But maybe yes. There's so many questions just regarding her character. Like,
yeah.
She could go either way, but so far she's proved that she's not all that bad, but she's also proved that she's kind of sort of in this tedious bit not good either. Because there's a very ominous part with her alone after Kara left at the end, and she's just like, he was all creepy with the chess.
Yeah.
And Luthors love playing chess.
And she's really good at chess.
Yeah.
4 years old and she beat her brother.
Checkmate.
Yeah.
So I guess we could go into Kara's interactions with everybody. I guess that's the biggest thing. Everybody was against her siding with Lena.
Yeah.
I'm always going to be on the side of giving people benefit of the doubt. That's it. As far as the show goes.
Even if they're showing signs.
Yeah. Even in real life, that's how I look at other people. Just for a little bit. Until they keep proving to me that they're bad or good.
Yeah. But for me, if I see multiple signs, like the first sign, okay, there's something sketchy, but I'm going to still have faith.
Yes.
But once there's a multiple and something keeps happening, I'm going to start having suspicion.
Well, yeah, but that's normal.
Yeah, but it seems like Kara is just like pushing all that stuff aside.
Yeah, and the good thing though is that for the most part, she's right. In this sense, for this episode, but that could change later on. But she was definitely right about, and I think that's the thing when she argued with all of them, and specifically Jimmy, as far as that goes, is because he lied about being Guardian. I'm all for him and Wynn being vigilantes and all that stuff. I'm like with the majority of people who like him as that character, but how can you not have backlash when you lie to somebody if you're that close? So obviously she's going to be mad, and she's got to stay mad for a little bit because that's kind of a big thing. And like you said in the last podcast, it's out of care. She didn't want him to get hurt.
Yes.
Because it would be on her conscience. She's a super person, really the only super person protecting National City, and she can't have one of her closest friends be out in the open like that.
Yeah.
And it also the same for Wynn, because he's not suited up. He's out there. The one commanding James that you don't know.
Man in the van.
Exactly.
And that's not a very incognito van.
I know. Come on,
it's called
man.
Star Spangled delivery or something.
Yeah.
Inside an alley. That's kind of sketchy already.
Yeah. So how could a bad guy not see them? Yeah. He almost got owned that first episode that he was vigilante. Remember, he was working with him? He almost died. So, hopefully that's another thing. I hope he gets suited up at some point. That'll be very cool. And as a Star Spangled Kid.
Yeah.
That'd be
awesome. It makes sense because he's in that van.
Yes.
Take after the name of the van.
Maggie and Alex didn't really do much, right, this episode. They're just there. They're kind of just there. This is the first couple on any of these CW shows where there's no big drama. And
they're mostly helping Kara out.
Yes.
In their own scenes.
Does she not know? I mean, does Kara not know that Maggie knows her secret? Because I don't remember any scene where she's like, I know you're Supergirl. Like, I know she knows because, she told Alex that she knows.
Yeah.
But I don't remember seeing a scene between them, unless she's waiting to tell. But how is that not telling? Everybody's just grouped up together at the alien bar.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, I guess we could talk about that too. Team Supergirl and them coming out to the team, the two.
Yeah.
That was this is normal. It wasn't like a total big deal. They just came out, and out of all the people there, Manal's from a totally different world, and he's still got a totally different mindset. Hasn't adjusted yet.
He's just the more the merrier.
Yeah, exactly. So he's already used to that. I guess on their planet, it just doesn't matter. You could be. He even said oh yeah, I see people like that, or I see people with multiple people. It doesn't really matter. So it was interesting to see that play into the show, but subtly.
Yeah.
Finally it's out there. And they can move on, and then Alex can become a vigilante herself. Batwoman, yeah. But yeah, I like that I feel like they might listen to us, or they listen to the fans, whereas they're not totally putting too much drama on that. They already got that out of the way. They're just there helping each other. Finally, a human that's just helping out and not causing more drama. And that brings us to the drama with Kara and Manal. It's just back and forth, back and forth,
awkward.
back and forth. Exactly. Pretty much it caught the confirmation this episode that they are both very in love with each other.
Yeah.
Eve was hilarious, and she pretty much confessed to Kara that he only talks about Kara.
Yeah.
And they finally... Woo! Woo!
Almost.
But then they got interrupted by that dude. But before we get into him, everything was good, right? The action, story, all of it for this episode.
Yeah.
I really liked the Luthors. I liked her dynamic with Kara. I guess that's what we could talk about. Lena and Kara. She didn't give up on her once to prove that she was actually a good person. And there's a few times where Lena was kind of shifty.
I think those times were because that's her mother.
Yeah. And she got set up, so it's not like she wasn't the one that actually stole that stuff. It was
true.
Corbin. Not Corbin. Hank Henshaw, the cyborg Superman who used his nifty whatever, his cybernetic stuff and mess with the footage. And then, of course, Wynn used his magic to find out the truth. And then we get that epic brawl, which I wish would have been longer, and I wish that Jean would have gone before.
Martian, he should have just...
Why does he always do that?
I don't know.
He's always, late. Why don't you just... Two super people, just go out and face the bad guys. You know that Metallo's got kryptonite.
Yeah.
What do you call that? And you know that Cyborg Superman's a freaking excellent fighter. Why? Why is she always going to be left alone?
I mean, this time is kind of understandable because it might have been budget because he's playing two characters.
We're bringing the practical stuff in now.
Yeah. Why not have the duo?
Yeah, exactly. We want more of this. It's not like they can't make it happen, but they just choose to not let it happen. And also, kudos to Wynn for creating the armor, amping up Kara's suit because she was able to absorb the kryptonite blast this time. It's pretty awesome. That's thinking right there. That's good. That's good writing right there. Yeah, now getting back to Kara Monel, they're about to kiss and everything, but then who shows up?
I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Mxyzptlk.
I think they changed it for the show because I've never heard it pronounced like that.
I've heard it somewhere close to that.
Because I used to watch cartoons with Superman and just read bunch of things and watch different iterations. It's always Mr. Mxyzptlk.
I actually had to watch a few YouTubers and some videos on how it's pronounced. It's Mxyzptlk or something. Whatever. It could be pronounced something else. Someone's gonna correct us in the comments or correct me in the comments. But yeah,
it'll be funny because they'll be correcting us, but it'll be spelled the same way, so it won't really matter. I don't even want to know how you say that backwards because that's the only way to defeat him in the comics. Yeah. I like it because they made him look like a Harry Potter apparition, and then he was like, Carol Zor-El, I love you.
Yeah, it's more of a brighter side.
Yes. And
your tone next episode.
Dude, I'm so psyched. Did I miss anything as far as, what do you call that, interactions? Did we miss anything? No?
No.
Easter eggs.
Inside Lex's base?
Yes.
He had a couple things. The war suit.
Yes, Lex Luthor war suit.
The Black Mercy plant.
Yes.
What was that? It was an axe. You called
Atomic axe.
There you go, atomic axe.
So the significance of the war suit, if you guys don't know, it's obviously used by Lex Luthor in the comics or any other version you see him use it in to combat Superman. The Black Mercy plant was used in season 1 on Kara, and that that's something used by Mongol. So hopefully we see him at some point because it's always it's freaking teasing us all the time. And then the atomic axe was used by a comic book character or every iteration of the character called the Persuader, and he is a villain of the Legion of Superheroes, which Mon-El is a part of, but we don't know just yet if the show will experience time travel, because I feel like that's something Barry needs to... I mean, the Legion ring's been shown on the show already, but the thing is, I would rather it be in the same universe with Barry, because it's time. You know?
Catch Supergirl on Tuesday nights.
It's just like... on the same day, all of them on the same day. Everything's just gonna end up being on Tuesdays. Makes it easier on us though, if it was all on Tuesday night, so we could just watch it all at one point.
Catch Arrow right after Legends.
40 DC TV shows on one night. That would be crazy.
Yeah,
and awesome.
Too much.
Well, I'd watch the hell out of it.
I mean, yeah,
it's all one night.
For us, yeah.
So like I said, I would rather Barry be integral to that storyline, even though it's more of like a Superman, Supergirl type story.
Yeah,
and hopefully they don't let Mon-El get taken out because of that, but they have to introduce the Legion, and the bad guy that they face has to be somebody way up there as far as powers go. It's got to be a very, very powerful person for the Legion to come back in time and help Kara.
Is Mongol in that storyline or no?
I don't know. I honestly, maybe he might have fought, because the Legion show up at various points in time, so I don't know for sure.
Who would be a villain that you might...
Somebody like Time Trapper. Somebody like that.
Who's that?
Superboy was time trapper, or Superboy Prime was time trapper at some point. It's just basically somebody that lives at the end of time. So time is
it's like a Chronos type character.
But he's like very powerful. He just sits at the end of time. Like literally, if we're time here, he's like sitting on a throne over there.
Jeez.
Very creepy, very powerful. So somebody like that, somebody that has to do with alternate timelines and anything to do with time.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's all the Easter eggs, right?
Snapper. He mentioned like Macaulay Culkin, Reddit, Twitter, just small things.
They have that on their Earth too. Nice.
Yeah.
They also have 21 pilots on their Earth. What if we're Earth 38, man?
I mean, if we were, we'd be hearing about Kara.
Yeah.
Unless this is the future.
I like it. Maybe. What is the world? I don't know.
I'm confused.
What do we see in the previews?
Mr. Mxyzptlk. He's just,
wrecking havoc because Kara doesn't love him. It's like more of a challenge.
Yeah.
We saw Mon-El wrecking him at some point.
Yeah.
And Kara was in a wedding dress.
And he was in a Superman outfit.
That is hilarious. That's so funny. I guess he's just trying to prove his love to her, and then, she's trying to let him down easy. But Mon-El, he seems to know, like the way he looked at him, it's like he knows what he is. So maybe they experience people like him on Daxam or like in their world. So maybe he knows how to take care of him.
And it's funny. Someone in the comments said that.
Yeah.
That's kind of hilarious. Like how he came up at the exact same time Mon-El was about to kiss Kara.
Yeah, because he saw it.
He was like watching the whole entire time.
Very creepy. Because he just came out of nowhere. Just a ball of energy.
Yeah.
So theories. What do you think? Let's pick your brain.
I still think that you might be right on Mxyzptlk trying to merge the worlds or bringing her into the Arrowverse or that crossover. Flarrowverse, sorry.
It makes the most sense to me. He's just a fifth dimensional being that can control reality itself.
Yeah.
And the only thing on Arrowverse that can do that is the Spear of Destiny right now.
Yeah. But I don't think it would cause something that sort of... It seemed like the episode is going to be positive.
Yeah.
Because it's a musical crossover, so
I think he's just gonna be integral later on.
Yeah,
he's their way of tying the universes together. Like he's more of like just a character they got in their back pocket so that they can use him to do certain things. And this is just his introduction. They're not gonna kill him. They're not gonna. They might be able to lock him away back to the fifth dimension by the end of the next episode, but he'll definitely be back, and he'll probably most likely be the one that sends Mxyzptlk over to the Flash world. Because I really don't know how else they could. Why would Kara really come back unless somebody like maybe another like way he could come without having Mxyzptlk's like go over to the Arrowverse would be Mxyzptlk maybe snatching Kara's pocket breach.
Or the other way, what if he's just like wreaking havoc and she doesn't know what to do, so she uses the breach to ask for help, and then he follows her there and then causes the crossover. So it's sort of the same, but just, I
like it. And he's very powerful too.
Yeah.
This version of Mxyzptlk, he's not like the comics. Obviously he's not in the comics. I think he's in the Batman Bold and the Brave for cartoon hero. And he's just a nuisance, but he's very strong apparently here because it's gonna take parts of Team Supergirl, which include obviously Kara, Mon-El, Martian, Wynn. I'm not sure if Alex and them are coming.
Oh, that sucks.
And then you got the whole Team Flash. You got Martin Stein coming back. You've got Malcolm Merlin. So it's gonna take a whole bunch of people to bring this dude down.
Yeah,
apparently. But maybe it might be they're slowly putting in characters like this so that they could have a huge villain army. Just think about it. Between all the universes, you got the Legion of Doom, you got Savitar, you got Gorilla Grodd, you got Mxyzptlk, you got
Black Flash,
you've got Cadmus,
you
got all these characters. The only thing that is needed is for them to come together.
Sandal Vavage and the Light.
Dude, imagine.
Yeah.
Just imagine. There's so many possibilities. And then theorizing about who Terry Hatcher and Kevin Kevin Sorbo are.
How you're pronouncing his last name.
Sorry. I believe that they are Mon-El's parents.
Yeah, because he announced that he's the husband to
Terry Hatcher.
Terry Thatcher.
Disappointed! And they're probably going to be trying to drive the two apart.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Hopefully he doesn't end up going back with them. That would really suck. And
maybe those two, and also those two ladies that were trying to look for Mon-El are servants to them, to his parents.
Yeah. I say, because she was getting fitted with armor that looked exactly like theirs.
Yeah, so maybe she's like the head.
Yes.
Or the two of them are the head.
I feel that. Any other theories moving forward? Oh, Magan. Hopefully she comes back and she brings back the rest of that team. You know, the evil Martian team.
Hopefully.
Which we saw one.
Oh, for story?
Yeah, at one point.
Sure. Hyper Clan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then hopefully they also bring back Superman and this Team Cadmus, and we get some closure as far as Jeremiah goes, because he's alive, but still haven't really touched too much on it. So hopefully soon.
Hopefully.
Why wasn't why wasn't he at that base? Because apparently they're moving all over the place. Or is he just like that?
Is he a ghost?
Yeah, is he a ghost, or is he like that Kryptonian stuff? Remember, like in Man of Steel, where Kurt Russell was there, but he wasn't really there.
Yeah.
And he helped Lois Lane escape the ship. Like he was like a hologram.
Yeah. What if he is Cadmus? He's the brain of Cadmus.
That would be sick.
Like he could just project himself or his body anywhere.
So maybe he's stuck in a pod somewhere, or maybe he's stuck in like some sort of weird,
or he's dead and his brain is part of the computer.
So like Brainiac.
Sure.
Jeremiah Danvers is Brainiac confirmed. What do you think about this episode overall?
I think it brings new light to new characters, or these characters. That definitely drives the story. And we get Mr. Mxyzptlk.
I loved it through and through. I think this show's just it matured.
Yeah.
Over.
Because I feel like Lena is gonna be bad.
I agree with that, but I don't want her to be.
But not on her own terms.
Yeah, probably.
She's gonna be forced into doing that.
Oh no. Hopefully not soon, because we like the whole.
Not soon. Probably next season.
Or don't do it at all, just don't do that.
No, I think it's going to happen next season.
So yeah, a solid episode. Action was on point. I wish there's just a little bit more fighting as far as like the team up went. And hopefully this story just keeps getting awesome.
We kind of skimmed over the fact that Guardian fought Metallo.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
Like Jimmy actually put up a fight.
Yeah.
I like the character. He just needs a little bit more of an interesting arc, because it's kind of just there, and he kind of puts himself in the positions that he shouldn't be.
I mean, it's building now.
Yeah.
Very slowly, but building.
And yes, stop interrupting this Kara Manal thing. Please just let it happen, okay? Don't do this. Don't do the Klana thing. Don't do any of that crap.
Klana?
Klana and Olicity. All that crap. We don't want that.
Lark.
Lark. So, with that being said, we'll see you guys in Arrow. Alright, so this episode of Arrow was called Spectre of the Gun. You guys can find the speed show right here. And once that's...
Let's talk politics.
Yes.
Or let's not.
Let's talk how this was the first TV-14 Arrow or any of the
intro.
DC TV. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So you know who's about to get serious up in here. And interestingly enough, it was more of Team Mare Queen this episode.
Yeah.
There was, input from Team Arrow, and I guess jumping right into it, it's real. That's the thing about the episode that made it interesting. It's real talk. And for me as a person, like watching it, it's very blurred for me. I think everyone should have the right to bear arms for protection, but I think there there should be more limitations as far as how they're used and where they're used. But
you like the outcome of the episode?
Yes,
like
and I wish it existed in real life, but real life is just not like that. But instead of turning this whole thing into like a gun control debate, you guys could go argue in the comments. Please just don't, just
be respectful.
Yeah,
you can argue, just be respectful.
But in regards to the episode, I thought it was very well addressed, I guess, and I like that they didn't use Team Arrow to kind of justify why they did what they do on a daily basis as heroes. And it showed interesting perspective from each member. I think Pro Gun was Renee, Dinah,
Diggle.
Yeah, because they use firearms.
Yeah.
Minus Dinah, she got her own arsenal.
Yeah.
And then you have Quentin and Curtis, and Felicity was like in the middle, and I'm sure Ragman is way against it because his whole city got demolished by weapons of mass destruction. So I'm pretty sure he would have been on that side of the argument. And it was interesting to see them argue throughout the whole thing, because it like I said, is very real. I guess you never really stop to think how that plays into a superhero show, because you see them using guns, you see them using powers and stuff like that, but they made it fit. And had they done it through Team Arrow, it just wouldn't have made as much sense, because they use weapons all the time.
Yeah. Here
they use Oliver and Thea and Quentin.
They use their minds
to argue with Councilwoman Pollard, who's for gun use, right?
Yeah. I thought you were about to say who's 4 foot tall.
Yeah, and that too. And yeah, they came to a consensus. But before that, the interesting story here was that they had a deranged fella.
Yeah.
What's his name? With James Edlund.
Edlund, yeah.
Whose family was killed. I'm not sure. Was he killed in the Glades attack in season 3, or was he killed in season 2, or was he killed, or were they killed last season during Genesis Day?
I'm not sure. I think it's probably the Glades one.
Okay.
I think Renee's is the last season.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
His flashback?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So you want to tackle that first? His flashbacks? Because it's pretty much one big story in itself.
Sure.
So we finally get the origin of Wild Dog.
Yeah.
And he's a family man.
Yeah.
But his wife is a user. And we sort of...
drug abuser.
We feel for him, though. Like, we always knew that there's something bad that happened in his past, but I didn't think it was that. I thought, like, he was a family man in the sense that he was someone's son. Maybe that his parents got killed, sort of like a Batman.
I thought he was the one that was like the drug user, and his wife didn't like him, or it was like that.
So
the
he
total
turned
opposite.
to guns instead.
Yeah, but is the total opposite of what happened.
Yeah, he was the man of the house. He was the person of reason in his household, and his wife wasn't, and they had a daughter. Basically, long story short, he gave her an ultimatum: you gotta stop using drugs or you're out of this house. And he comes back home from a hockey game with his daughter, finds his wife being held hostage by her dealer because she owed money. And because story, a gunfight erupted, and because
Straight
story
bullet.
Yeah, for some reason his hand flew straight down, and his wife was sitting laying right where the gun was being pointed.
Yeah.
And her face got blown off.
Yeah.
And then Renee lost his daughter, and basically his life just fell apart in that one night. And then he sees the attack of on Genesis Day and Damien Dark being killed, which is when he became Wild Dog. I think they needed this episode for him because I was starting to, I'm like, why are you mad all the time? Just like chill out. He's starting to
chill out, Hoss.
Yeah, he's starting to be the funny dude, but then he has his times where he just gets temperamental.
Like physically, he's funny, but he has the face of a wild wild dog.
Like this?
Yeah, his eyes are open and he's like, he's always got the stink eye
all the time. Yeah, for no reason.
But I'm joking around, Hoss.
But we see why he's so broken inside. Yeah. And I like how it tied into the episode because that guy, James Edlund, kind of was Renee. He lost his family and he could have gone a different way. He chose to just kill people who he thought was responsible. Yeah. And I guess Oliver saw that he was the same. So he could appeal to the guy. He knew what he was struggling through, but he was, it's just not right to kill people. It's not his call. Yeah. And then, before we wrap up that whole storyline with them, you have the storyline of Felicity still not telling the truth about Helix, which will probably bite them in the ass. I got a theory about her working with them and how that's going to affect the team overall later.
I mean, shouldn't they at least notice something? Because she's like pulling up information like that.
I mean, because she's smart, so I guess they don't.
Like Oliver's just like, whoa, that's amazing. Yeah, because she just pulled it up like in 10 seconds. Oh, I got some information here. Yeah, let's go. Let's ride with it. But
I guess he looks at it as like more of like, oh, that's her.
She's getting better.
Yeah. Then we have Renee and Renee and Curtis. They argued the whole time. Yeah, and they brought up some statistics of gun use and all that. Yep, and that was interesting. Yeah. Then you have Dinah and Diggle, which was cool because she's really just been introduced to the team, so I wouldn't think that they would be that close that quickly.
Yeah, I really see that she's starting to become the replacement Black Canary, or be the real Black Canary.
Please, for the love of God, Arrow Riders, just don't kill this one off. Yeah. We actually like her, and you guys are redeeming yourselves this season. Just keep her around. She's already such a good fit with the team.
Yeah, and to make it like even for the fans that want Laurel, keep her as Black Siren.
She fits the role perfectly. Yeah. It's not like, and it offers like the sort of conflict because that's always going to be the girl that Oliver is in love with, and she looks exactly like her, but she's not her. Yeah. So it makes it all the more like satisfying to see that sort of like fight if that were to happen. Just imagine Black Siren versus Black Canary, the new one.
That's
versus
tough.
Dinah Drake.
That's tough.
Awesome. Laurel Lance versus Dinah Drake. Yeah, but getting to Dinah, she didn't think she could be normal anymore, and Diggle was trying to help her adjust again. Yeah. And towards the end, Diggle's advice paid off. After he's been so hot-headed these last few episodes. And
he turned it off. He's like, where's the information? You should move in to an apartment.
Yeah, exactly. Because she's staying at the high base.
Yeah.
It's still pretty nice, man. It's bigger than, most people's houses. And it's been restored, sort of. So I get it, too. She ended up getting the apartment at the end of the episode, and she also ended up becoming a detective at the SCPD.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Nice. Sorry, did you see the way that Quentin looked at
Thea?
No, at Dinah?
Like what?
I think the storyline might be different, but we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, no. I know where you're going with that.
It might be like the comic book counterpart for these characters.
I don't want it to happen.
No?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it could happen, but
If you guys don't know, just read it. Search it up.
Who else do we need to talk about? I think we pretty much covered everybody.
Thea's back.
Yeah, she is. She helped.
Yeah.
Adrian helped too.
Adrian got shot.
Yeah, and then he came out and then he took his vengeance out on as vigilante.
He's psycho.
Yeah, he is. He's effective because he's getting rid of the people. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see whether they're gonna figure out or not. It's really not that hard.
Yeah.
We had no indication of Prometheus at all this episode.
None.
It was just all about gun control. That was a big theme of this episode, which is very rarely done on these shows, but when they are done, it kind of makes it human and it makes it relatable. Yeah, so Team Arrow were able to save James Edlin and the people at the Star City General when Edlin was about to launch his last attack. And it was interesting just to see like Oliver as himself, not Green Arrow, and he had the team surrounding the place just in case, and he was able to talk him down. I honestly thought that was going to be a lot darker, but he saved them, so that's what's important.
Oh, you saw that too? You saw it going the other way?
Yeah, I thought he was going to blow his own brains out or something, or they were going to shoot him.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much it, right? Story's somewhat happy.
Yeah.
Is Susan in this one? She wasn't in this one.
No,
damn it, my theory was so wrong.
She was mentioned.
I thought she was going to be behind the attacks.
Oh.
Like to set them up.
That would have been, yeah.
But no. Easter eggs.
Easter eggs. Dude, I mean, the title of the episode, it's like a reference to, I don't know if it was, but it's also the name of an episode for Star Trek.
Ooh.
The TV show.
Nice. I can see that because Greg Berlanti is a sci-fi buff.
Yeah. So. I mean, it might pertain to that same episode, but I don't know.
Maybe. Dinah mentioned something about pilgrims. I don't know. The significance of Wild Dog's shirt was their favorite hockey team, him and his daughter. Anything else? No?
No.
What are we seeing in the preview for next episode?
Cupid, Chana Away, and then some other lady.
Lisa Warner.
Yeah, they're
the one that almost beat Oliver to a pulp.
Yeah, they are trying to set Oliver up for the murder of Billy Malone.
That's messed up. So they know who he is? Oh, no, that Green Arrow. Sorry.
Green Arrow, sorry. Yeah,
I got confused for a second. Yes, so it looks like it's another filler. We may not get any Prometheus. We feel like there's a significance as to why.
Yeah.
We'll theorize about that. Do we see anything else in the episode? Was Vigilante there? Was anybody else there? I think Dinah was like using her powers against him, so it was the first time we see her.
I didn't see anything else, just that.
We see her going up against another team of metas.
Yeah.
Theories. Who is your Prometheus pick?
Dude, they're all
okay, so
the writers are just throwing us everywhere.
Let's lay out the suspects, okay? We have Tommy Merlin.
Yes, he's still up there.
We have Earth 2 Robert Queen. We have alternate reality Oliver.
Yeah.
Future Oliver.
Yes.
Cloned Oliver.
Yes, some sort of Oliver.
Talia Offspring. Maybe they made Nick at some point.
Ew.
Or just somebody that we haven't seen yet, and they're gonna piss us off because he's gonna have no significance at all. There's gonna be some dude in the background that all are wrong, like maybe pushed onto the ground at some point.
They said that it could possibly be like you said, the offspring of Claiborne's mistress.
Oh, come on. Don't do this.
That doesn't make sense.
I mean, they could make it make sense. It's just not as epic as if people, I don't know.
For it to make sense, because they said that Prometheus was created from Oliver's past.
Yeah. So he had to be either procreated or created in the sense that he wronged him.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
But it'd be more meaningful if it's like a character that we already know.
Yes. And it would make more of an impact.
Or someone related to a character that we already know.
But it has to be a really good backstory, or else you're gonna lose the faith. Because
I'm Claiborne's son. I'm important.
Because Prometheus is like one of the better villains they've had on the show.
Yeah.
Because you don't know who he is, and you know he's such a. He knocked out Ragman, who tanked 2 nukes on the show.
Yeah, that's.
That doesn't make any sense. How can Ragman tank 2 nukes but can't take a punch from a dude like that? what? So yeah, those are our theories for who Prometheus might be.
If it were Tommy, they probably pieced him back together.
Ooh.
He's like not really Tommy, just like how Laurel isn't Laurel.
Stitched.
Yeah.
It's a carbon copy.
Yeah.
It's not him anymore.
Saracon?
Yeah.
Is that he's like a?
That's Merlin's son in the Arrow comics.
Never mind.
So
it's like Tommy Merlin in the comics. You see, there's like that dude. I used him on the thumbnail. He's got like a weird, what do you call it, face?
Yeah, I think that's the Dark Archer.
No, there you go. That guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Saracon was made for the comics of this show.
Okay.
Like, I don't think he actually exists in comics. He's just, he's a love child. Like all these other kids are.
Okay.
Like Thea is. Speaking of Thea, she's back in action next week.
Yeah. Oh, part of the team?
Yeah.
Nice.
I saw her suited up.
Nice.
Maybe, what's his name? Kurt is going to have to step up because Ragman's not there. I feel like Ragman's going to come back right when they need him.
Yeah.
I think he's just trying to...
It's like another nuke. He's like, guys, I fixed my rags. You're going to have to take this other nuke. Oh. Damn it.
I just woke him up. I've been poking it with a stick for the last 3 weeks. Yeah, I think it's just they're tired. They probably just don't work for now.
Maybe he has to sew them back together.
Yeah, because there are souls, so
yeah,
he's going to have to absorb. That's messed up.
He's got to do some like meditation.
He's going to have to absorb souls every time they die.
Yeah.
So I guess Team Arrow's going to have to start killing some baddies so that Ragman can use his rags.
So it's like the bloodlust, but for rags?
Yeah. Because that's what it is. He absorbs all souls. So, but the thing is, if they're bad souls, actually no, they don't affect him. They don't affect him.
It's
mentally.
just the souls in general.
Yeah, because they basically, if he absorbs like murderers or something, in order for them to ascend and stop being the rags on him, they have to do a service of good. So if they protect him, they go up to heaven or something like that. But yeah, we miss him. Hopefully he comes back. He's an awesome character. But they got Dinah now.
For good.
Yes. Don't screw this up.
Yeah, please don't.
Any other theories?
No.
All right, so between these two shows, which one was your episode of the week? This time we cannot do the top two shows because there's only two shows.
I'm going to have to give it to Arrow. I think this is third time in a row. It's been Arrow. Or twice, sorry. 2 times out of the 3 for this Justice Clubhouse podcast.
I want to pick Arrow too, but I think I'm going to have to go with Supergirl because Mr. Mxyzptlk showed up at the end of this.
Yeah.
That was a highlight for me. And I love the Luthors and the Cadmus thing. It was really good. But Arrow comes really like in a close second.
Yeah. And I like how real this episode got.
The whole season's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Hashtags.
Supergirl?
Yes. Hashtag Imp
Home.
Wonderfished.
Oh, that was just Imp Home.
Wonderfished.
That's the crazier ones that we've had. Why would that one go to Bears? Why?
I don't know. I think I threw us off.
For Arrow now.
You guys ready?
Yes.
Hashtag gun.
Spectre.
Blowfish.
That's why. Spirit of Bears. Come on.
It's a little closer, but
you could have picked something a little bit more towards the show. With that being said, you guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode of our Justice Clubhouse podcast number 3.
Sweet.
We really enjoyed doing it this way because it truly feels like a podcast. We're actually doing a very long talk, and I guess you guys enjoy it. So, and it makes it easier for us to record all of them together. It's
consecutive,
time to do other things, producing other content that you guys have been wanting to see.
Yeah.
And Bears, you want to introduce your channel?
Come over to my channel, where we figure out exactly how to make your own Philosopher's Stone. We don't actually know how, but we do have a Shield videos, so that's kind of cool, right? It's something. It's a good. Just come check me out, please.
Don't forget to check out our creators code down below, as well as social links. And thank you guys for watching this 3rd episode of the Justice Clubhouse podcast.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Gorilla.